Hello everyone, myself Heli Mehta, working as an assistant professor in computer engineering department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Our subject is database management system. Our unit is 7, that is transaction processing. So today our topic is timestamp based protocol. This protocol uses either system time or logical counter to be used as a timestamp. Okay, so in timestamp based protocol, this protocol use with the system time, okay, or it use the logical counters. Every transaction has a timestamp, okay, associated with it, and the ordering is determined by the age of the transaction. So every transaction contain the timestamp, okay, associated with it. A transaction T1 created at 0002 clock time would be older than all other transaction which comes after it, okay. So it is according to their in the order of the they determine by the age of the transaction, okay. So if our transaction is created at 002, it is the older than another transaction that are come after it, okay. For example, any transaction T2 entering the system at 0004 is 2 seconds younger than transaction T1, okay. So and the priority is given to the older one, okay. So if transaction T1 is created at 002 clock time and if transaction T2 is created at the time 004, okay, then T1 is older than T2, so priority is given to older one, so priority is given to T1, okay. In addition, every data item is given the latest read and write timestamp, okay. This lets the system know when last read and write operations was made on the data item, okay. So every transaction have every data item is given the latest read and write timestamp, okay. So every transaction came to know that last read and last write operation was made on the data items, okay. So this is the timestamp based protocol, okay. Each transaction is issue a timestamp when it enters the system. So when transaction is entered in the system, they first issue the timestamps, okay. If an older transaction Ti has a timestamp Ti, a new transaction Tj is assigned a timestamp Tj such that Ti less than Tj, that I have explained over here. If transaction T1 is created at 002 and if transaction T2 is created at 004 at the clock time, then T1 is older than T2, okay. So T1 is less than Ti is less than Tj, okay. So first priority is given to Ti, okay. The protocol manages concurrent execution such that the timestamps determine the serializability order. In order to assure such behavior, the protocol maintains for each data Q timestamp values, okay. So Q is our data, so W timestamp, that is the write timestamp, and R timestamp, that is read timestamp, okay. So W timestamp is the largest timestamp of any transaction that execute write successfully, okay. So W timestamp is a large timestamp and it is a timestamp and it is the largest timestamp of any transaction, okay, that execute the write operation successfully, okay. So W stands for write and R stands for read, okay. R timestamp is the largest timestamp of any transaction that executed read successfully, okay. So W means write timestamp and R means read timestamp, okay. The timestamp ordering protocol ensures that any conflicting read and write operations are executed in a timestamp order. Suppose a transaction Ti issue a read on data Q, okay. So transaction Ti have a read operations, okay, on data Q. Then if timestamp Ti less than or equal to W timestamp, okay, W timestamp means write timestamp, then Ti needs to read a value of Q that was already overwritten, okay. If this situation is occur, then transaction Ti needs to read a value of data that was already overwritten, okay. Hence the read operation is rejected and Ti is rolled back, okay. If timestamp transaction Ti greater than or equal to W timestamp, that is a write timestamp, okay, then the read operation is executed and R timestamp Q is set to maximum R timestamp Q and Ts Tj. So remember this, if this condition is occur, then read operation is rejected and roll back, okay. If this condition is satisfied, then read operation is executed. Remember these steps, okay. Now suppose that transaction Ti issue write operation. Here we have a transaction Ti issue read operation. Now it issue write operation on data Q. Then three situations are occurred, that is timestamp Ti okay, less than r timestamp, read timestamp, then the value of q that ti is producing was needed previously and the system assumed that the value would never be produced, okay. Hence the write operation is rejected and ti is rolled back. So if timestamp ti less than r timestamp means read timestamp, then if this situation is occur, then write operation is rejected. Remember only this, okay. If timestamp ti less than w timestamp, okay, then ti is attempting to write an absolute value of q, so write operation is rejected and ti is rolled back. So if this condition is occur, then also write operation is rejected, okay. Otherwise the write operation is executed and w timestamp is set to transaction timestamp ti, okay. So if transaction ti, okay, timestamp ti less than r timestamp, then write operation is rejected. If timestamp ti less than w timestamp, then write operation is also rejected, okay. Otherwise write operation is executed. This is the partial schedule for several data items for transaction with timestamp 1 2 3 4 5. Here we have a timestamp 1 2 3 4 5 and these operations are performed, read write operations, okay. So correctness of timestamp ordering protocols. The timestamp ordering protocols guarantee serializability since all the arc in the precedence graph are of the form. So here remember this, transaction will smaller timestamp and transaction with larger timestamp. Thus there will be no cycle in the precedence graph. So first priority is always given to smaller, older one, okay. Timestamp protocols ensure freedom from deadlock as no transaction ever waits, okay. But the schedules may not be cascade free and may not even be recoverable. This is the responsibility of protocol system that the conflicting pair of tasks should be executed according to the timestamp value of the transaction. So timestamp of transaction ti is denoted as a timestamp ti, okay. Read timestamp of the data item x is denoted by the r timestamp, that is read, and write timestamp of the data item x is denoted by w timestamp. So these are the three notation, that is ts means timestamp of ti means transaction, I may be 1 2 3 4 5, okay, that is the timestamp transaction, r timestamp and w timestamp, okay. Problem with timestamp ordering protocols. Suppose ti aborts, suppose t1 ti, here we have any number of transaction, this transaction is abort, but tj has read a data item written by the ti, okay. So ti write something and then it aborted, and tj has read that data, okay, then problem will be occur. Then tj must abort because it read the data from the transaction which was aborted, okay. So tj must be aborted. If tj has been allowed to commit earlier, the schedule is not recoverable, so our schedule will not recover. Further, any transaction that has a read a data item written by tj must abort, okay. So if tj writes something, okay, and another transaction read that data must be aborted, okay. This can lead to cascading rollback, thus it chain of rollbacks, okay. So they all transactions depend on each other, because of that they lead to cascading rollback, okay. The solution one is a transaction is structured such that we have to structure transaction like writes are all performed at the end of its processing. So write operation must perform at the end. All writes of the transaction from an atomic action, no transaction may execute while a transaction is being written, okay. So when some transaction is writing the data, no other transaction is executed. A transaction that aborts is restarted with a new timestamp, okay. So if some transaction is abort, then it has to restart with another new timestamp, okay. So this is the solution. Solution 2, limited form of locking, okay. Wait for data to be committed before reading it, okay. So we suppose one transaction is writing the data, then we have to wait for the commit. If it commit, then it means it is successfully written, then another transaction must read that data, then this problem will never occur, okay. And solution 3, use commit dependency to ensure recoverability. So we have to write the commit. If we write commit, then our data may be recovered, okay. So use commit dependency to ensure the recoverability, otherwise our data will not be recovered, okay. So this is the solution. Thank you.